đỏ với nó tróc da ra quá trời nè. Có thật sự là em không có sức gì không Cường?
Trước là hình như có xài cái thuốc bà lão.
Bà lão à?
Đúng rồi, xong nó bị tới giờ.
Ai chỉ em xài bà lão vậy? Em tự mua em xài hả?
Lúc đó mẹ em mua.
Da em nó đỏ dọi dọi luôn em ạ. Cái thuốc đó bị phốt dữ lắm á. Tại thuốc đó giống như thuốc rượu vậy em.
Biết nó lâu lắm rồi.
Xài nó bị hư da. Bởi vậy da em nó đỏ quá trời nè. Em ở gần đây không?
Em ở bên Thủ Đức.
Được không em? Được không?
Dạ.
Chịu khó xíu à. Đi viêm hết trơn rồi nè em ạ. Chịu khó xíu cho hết. Bị viêm hết trơn rồi, cục nào cục nấy nó sưng lên rồi nè. Rồi em mà gần đây là em không sức gì hết?
Dạ, có sức cái thuốc nghệ vàng.
Thuốc nghệ à? Em là bao nhiêu tuổi rồi ha Cường?
Em 202.
Anh chịu khó chứ nha Cường nha.
Dạ.
Mụn nhiều lắm em ạ. Mụn dày luôn em ạ. Mà da em nó yếu nữa, nó đỏ dội luôn á. Mà bị tróc da nè. Cố lên Cường ơi. Mụn nhiều lắm em ạ. Được cái mụn của em đó, ít nhất là nó không có bị viêm nhiều á. Chưa chuyển qua giai đoạn viêm. Nhưng để lâu tí nữa là nát mặt luôn á. Tại vì nó viêm nó sẽ bị sẹo em. Hơi cái da của mình mất. Mai mốt để lại sẹo là nó không có trị được á.
Labour's optimism has dissipated following a challenging 7 months, according to exclusive polling conducted for CAM. Labour would see its majority erased if an election were held today, as voters have turned against Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves due to their management of the economy. Before we proceed, please show some love by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Freshwater Strategies polling for City AM has revealed that, after securing a 17-4 seat majority in July, Labour's vote share has declined by 6 percentage points, whereas the Conservative Party has gained 4 points. This shift would result in Labour losing approximately 100 seats if an election were conducted now, leaving them with around 315 seats. Meanwhile, the Conservative Party would secure approximately 218 seats. In a shocking turn of events, King Charles has reportedly intervened in the political turmoil by paving the way for an early election following mounting pressure from Parliament after a no-confidence vote in Starmer's government. This unprecedented move has sent shockwaves through Westminster, with insiders suggesting that Nigel Farage stands to gain the most from the looming election. Matthew Lesh, the UK country manager for Freshwater Strategy, stated that Starmer's initial popularity had vanished almost instantly and that Labour's vote share had significantly declined since the general election last year. Lesh further indicated that their projections suggested Labour would fall 11 seats short of achieving an outright majority if an election were held today, meaning they would need to seek support from parties such as the Liberal Democrats, Greens, SNP, or independent candidates. The decline highlights the difficulties the government faces as it attempts to realign its agenda after introducing a tax-heavy budget in October and experiencing economic stagnation. Despite Starmer and Reeves emphasizing economic growth as a central aspect of their agenda, economists have recently downgraded their GDP growth forecasts, adding to Labour's woes. Reports have emerged that King Charles has been in discussions with senior Conservative figures and Reform UK leaders regarding the country's direction. Many see this as a strategic push to secure a right-wing coalition led by Nigel Farage, who has been positioning himself as the true alternative to the current government. Additionally, a £70 billion annual spending increase announced in the budget, coupled with the potential imposition of tariffs by the US, has fueled concerns about inflation returning this year. The City AM Freshwater poll found that reducing inflation and alleviating the cost of living crisis remain voters' top concerns. However, around 70% of voters expressed the belief that the UK was heading in the wrong direction, while the Prime Minister's personal approval ratings have dropped since July. Freshwater's polling suggested that Starmer had experienced a 3-point increase in popularity since the beginning of the year, bringing his net approval rating to -33. In comparison, Kemi Badenoch and Nigel Farage both held net approval ratings of -10. This rise in Starmer's approval rating positioned him ahead of both Elon Musk and former President Donald Trump, whom he had been trailing at the start of January. Meanwhile, Musk's approval rating among British voters had plummeted by 16 points since early last month. However, political analysts argue that Starmer's slight increase in approval will do little to combat the damage caused by the early election announcement. Many within Labour fear that the no-confidence vote and King Charles's intervention have dealt a fatal blow to their chances of retaining power. Additionally, a separate YouGov poll released last night showed that, for the first time, Reform had moved a single point ahead of Labour. The poll placed Nigel Farage's party at 25%, with Labour falling to second place at 24% and the Conservatives trailing at 21%. Reform UK had taken the lead over both Labour and the Conservatives for the first time in a significant poll. A survey conducted by YouGov on Sunday and Monday regarding British voting intentions had placed the right-wing party at 25%, positioning them 1 point ahead of Labour at 24% and 4 points ahead of the Conservatives, who stood at 21%. The results had also shown that the Liberal Democrats remained steady at 14%, while the Greens continued to hold 9%. These findings had provided further momentum for Reform leader Nigel Farage and heightened concerns for both Labour and the Conservatives ahead of the local elections in May. Farage, who had already asserted that his party was the official opposition to the government, claiming it had more members than the Conservatives, had shared the poll results on X the previous night, adding the caption "Britain wants reform." In what had been a significant setback for Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch, the poll had revealed that 1 in 5 voters who had supported the Tories in the general election last July would now back reform instead. Additionally, Badenoch had been found to be less popular with the public than Farage, as her favourability rating had stood at -29, while the Reform leader's was slightly better at -27. Prime Minister Keir Starmer had been the most unpopular of the three, receiving a net approval score of -36.